Hello. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2 in the end. A well-fought draw. But questions need to be asked about whether or not we should have been 2-0 down to begin with. In reality, yes, we should have. I'm not questioning the goals. I'm not questioning Newcastle in any way, shape, or form. It is just more so questioning how we allowed them to go 2-0 up, how we allowed Voltemada to score not just one goal, but two goals. It was not a good first half, to say the least. I would say probably one of the worst. I mean, we say this so many times, don't we? We say it so many times. You know? The worst half of football. The worst performance we've seen from Chelsea in a long, long time. Is it? Is it? I think it's quite a common sort of performance from Chelsea. What isn't common is the comeback that we saw. I think I just saw a statistic where Chelsea have only ever come back from a 2-0 deficit in the Premier League 4 times ever. So it's a resounding performance in the second half. A really, really well worked comeback. But questions do need to be asked once again as to why we went 2-0 down in the first place. Why is it that Maresca will be getting praise for the halftime team talk, but not the first half team talk, if you know what I mean, coming into the game? Why were we allowing them so many opportunities, splitting us open, legs akimbo, and really had no answer in that first half? A few chances maybe for Garnacho, and maybe one that was disallowed for Pedro Neto by way of handball. But again, that first half just really, really poor. You look at the statistics for the first half, 50-50 in possession, but we had 7 shots for Newcastle, 4 for Chelsea, 5 on target for Newcastle out of those 7, and 0 on target for Chelsea. So a really, really, really poor first half. Second half, however, we had 9 shots, 4 on target, and 2 goals. The free kick from Reece James, absolutely phenomenal. The saving tackles that he was making as well, a couple at least, and that really big one on Harvey Barnes really did save us. I would argue, saved us massively in this game, and saved us from having a well-fought draw lost in the end. And I would say arguably the man of the match. I really do think he was the man of the match. I don't understand. I mean, maybe I wasn't paying attention to Miley as much as I was Chelsea players. But I would argue Reece James's performance, the catalyst, the real catalyst to the comeback, to what we saw from Chelsea in this game was truly impressive. And yeah, there's questions around that last ditch tackle, which many were arguing. I would imagine many are arguing that it should have been a red card. But a VAR check did confirm that it was not a foul, not a red card, not preventing a goal-scoring opportunity. And much like a few times that Harvey Barnes came on, he was diving all over the place. And I would argue that there would have been maybe more of a chance for VAR to give that as a red card had Harvey Barnes not completely dived, maybe within the first 2 or 3 minutes that he came on the pitch. I don't think that's necessarily how the game works. I don't think that's necessarily how VAR works. I think if it's a red card, it's a red card, and it wasn't a red card, so they didn't give a red card. So, overall, a fantastic performance from Reece James. I thought Caicedo was another player that really stood out to me, really good on the ball, made some really, really clinical tackles as well. Cole Palmer, a little quiet. It's got to be said. He was quiet throughout the game. And now looking back, the substitution to bring Andre Santos on wasn't like the worst decision. I think, the way he was playing wasn't exactly his kind of game. And bringing on Andre Santos, allowing Cole Palmer to get some rest towards the end of the game was important. As Brendan's just said in the chat as well, Sanchez, really, really good in a few instances in this game. Made some really big saves. Obviously, that massive save, actually, that led to his booking because he came storming out because Gusto was down, injured. And obviously, the standout input that he had in this game was, of course, an assist for big Rob Sanchez, booting it forwards. All of the hard work, let's be honest, done by Joao Pedro, who headed it over, I think it was, not Shah. How do you say his name? Thor? Headed it over him. The slip obviously helped, but he was in on goal and put it away brilliantly. Absolutely brilliant from Joao Pedro. Given one big chance, and he took it. He took it very well indeed. It's a shame that we didn't really capitalize after that. But Newcastle, I think, knew that they weren't necessarily going to come away with the win after all, and started to not necessarily shut up shop, because they definitely had massive chances to go 3-2 up. But I think a 2-2 draw is honestly quite fair. I think it's quite fair on both sides. And yeah, I'm obviously disappointed, because I thought that this was a great chance once again for us to get, 3 points in a fixture that we tend to struggle with as well. We haven't won at St. James's Park since 2021, so it would have been a massive chance for us, not only to get the win here, but then obviously to capitalise and move up the table once again. We are still in 4th place. We are now 4 points behind Aston Villa, who we play next. They've got Manchester United tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see if they win, if they draw, if they lose. Unfortunately, we will not overtake them if we beat them in the next game, the penultimate game of 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Not the worst result in the end, given what was going on in that first half, to say the least. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. I will be live tomorrow for a live episode of It's Pod O'Clock whilst we watch the Aston Villa versus Manchester United game. I will also be live midweek or Tuesday for the Arsenal Crystal Palace quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. So we find out who we play in the semi-finals of the League Cup. Again, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching.